Hello, brothers and sisters. This is installment 4 in my review, my video review of the 2009 USMX contract proposal for modification and extension. Today I want to talk a little bit about the wages, and because really that seems to be the area where most of the parties, whether you're a senior man, a junior man, or a new man in this organization, where it seems like most of the concern lies, right? And I would say to you that for a few magic beans, it seemed that we would throw the baby away with the bathwater. And you know, I just want to say I don't think that, given our past history at the negotiation table, that we should rush into acting on this just because a few dollars have been offered up in this agreement. Remember that these monies also came with some serious strings attached. Those strings are to the tune of roughly $42 million. It's my understanding that if they were to initiate the wage bridge in 2012, on the front end, it would cost $58 million. I say, well, the heck with it. Give them the $58 million if you want to do something, and initiate the wage bridge now, versus waiting to 2012 when the wage bridge could be subject to renegotiation, because in 2011 the negotiating parties will be back at the table. So let me talk about how this impacts the various senior individuals. For the senior man, it's not a bad deal. You look at, as far as the money is concerned, the money package, because you're looking at $2 over the course of a 3-year agreement. Now remember that for the senior man, that's everybody that came prior to 1996, a dollar was already previously negotiated in the 2004 contract. So in essence, you're only getting a dollar, and that's the dollar that's going to be paid out on October 1st, 2011. So to that means that that it costs $42 million to finance that second dollar. All right. No money to pension additionally means that the senior man isn't going to plan on leaving, and so that becomes more of a concern for the junior man and the new man, because how's the senior man going to work and make a king's ransom, but then retire as a pauper, because there's no money that's being put in the package to help shore up the pensions in a time when all pensions could really need shoring up. So now we talk about the junior man. The junior man is that fella from 10/1/96 to 9/30/2006, who's already making over $20, who may have already put some time in, because recognize on the front end they are counting even 1 hour towards years of service prior to October 1, 2009. It only takes 1 hour, 1 working hour, and you can get, in any given year, and you can get credit toward years of service. Of course, after October 1, 2009, which was last month, then it's going to take you 700 working hours to be able to have years of service credited. And that's going to be much more of a challenge, especially to the back end of the junior man who isn't really making that many hours. Now, the wage bridge can be a good thing for them, but it's playing out in a 3-year, 5-year, 7-year scenario based on the number of years of service. You'll either get 25% for the 3 years, 50% for the 5 years, 75% for the 7 years, and 100% bridging for 9 years. And that's bridging the difference between, say for instance, you're making $20 and you got 5 years in, so you're eligible for 50 cents towards the wage bridge when it kicks in April of 2001. Now remember, in 2011, it's broken up into 2 pieces. So April 1, of 2012, you'll get 50% of that 5 years that you're eligible for. You'll get half of it, and you get the remainder in July of 2012. Now, the detriment to all of this is that we'll be back at the table, and And this wage bridge is subject to renegotiation, and that's gotta make you all feel a little less comfortable, because they were able to renegotiate the 2004 contract as it applies to 2009 when those wages were already factored in. Why wouldn't they be able to do the same thing at the table in 2011 as it relates to what they've agreed to on the wage bridge in 2012? Additionally, for the junior man, the senior man won't be going anywhere because there's nothing for the retirement package, just isn't right for him. Now let's talk about the new man. The new man is the person that just walked in the door since 10/1/06 to the present. Now for them, they could be getting as much as $4 to as little as 50 cents in the wage bridge. But here again, when you get that wage bridge, that will be your last not wage bridge, the $4 increase. What they're doing, they are increasing. The bar was $16, now they're raising the bar to $20. So what happens with that? That means now, in the past, the person comes in like the 06 man, and a year and a half later, he's got $1.50, and then 2 years after that, he got another $1.50. So that man is now at $19 versus being at $16, which was the entry level. That's what you call a step raise. No more of that. Basically, once they raise the lowered bar to $20, that's where it will stay, and it will be there forever. Why? Because this inventive method that they've come up with takes care of the dedicated longshoreman, and as for the casual longshoreman, there's $20. If you want to do better than that, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and try to get you some years of service in, which means you have to qualify. The detriment to that is that it's going to take 700 hours in a given qualifying year to get a year of service counted. So you basically have to become somebody to be able to get credit to get your wages to increase after you put this $20 in place. And it's really not worth that, if you ask me, because the step raise will actually exceed that in a matter of years, whereas you're going to be locked into this $20 forever. So for a few magic beans on the front end, which got folks excited, you stand to lose more in the long run because it's working against you. Additionally, remember that the senior man isn't going anywhere because his package isn't right. So in my local, for example, we got 1,800 card carrying members, but we only have work for roughly 300, 400 people to qualify on their docks. So that means that's another roughly 1,400 supporting cast that won't see the light of day because the folks in front of them won't move out the way. At least not, the attrition rate won't be high enough to where to make a significant difference to make a dent where you can get years of service counted and start seeing your income raise. What does this do? Well, this sets you on a track to never worry. So it's up to you what you want to do, but that's the quick breakdown. I will revisit this. I plan on putting a chart up and doing a video showing the chart, but I wanted to share that with you. God bless you and your family. God bless the ILA. Talk to you again soon. Got to take care of this work.